Welcome back inside the huddle. Clint Breakbill alongside Kale C of the Emerald Globe News. A big week last week as we had Canadian and Childress, and as you mentioned, I mentioned, lived up to the billing.
Did not disappoint. I actually got to go sit through this four-quarter, this fantastic football game that went, just left people breathless when they left. You saw Twitter explode when it was over. Man, it came down to the final play just like we expected. Lots of turnovers, lots of penalties. Man, but what can you say? Two great teams went down to the wire. That's what we love to see in the Texas Panhandle. Statewide attention. Couldn't ask for better. Thank you, Canadian and Childress, for what you did.
Yeah, and I thought it was going to come down to a weird play. Came down to a good play. I mean,
there was weird plays, trust me, but it did. It came down to a fantastic throw. A lot of throws at the end by Casey Cavalier, who overcame 3 interceptions and a fumble. Luke Latimer, a fantastic player for Childress. I want to say right now, Isaiah Darter, best defensive player in the Panhandle. Guy is an animal.
I believe it. I think Casey Cavalier would probably agree with you.
Me up. Yeah, he'll bet you got hit a lot.
But kudos to Cavalier for having that kind of night and then still being able to lead his team down the field, throw the game-winning touchdown.
Yeah, 11 plays, 84 yards, ends up to Trent Evans on a 6-yarder. And how about the goal of a sophomore kicker, Edgar Salazar? He still had to make that extra point.
Yep.
That's not easy to do.
No, it's not. I mean, we saw Justin Tucker, Baltimore Ravens, miss one this weekend to lose the game, and it can happen to anybody. But he, like you said, he knocked it down, won the game.
He did. He knocked it right through.
Speaking of a team that had another close game, that was Tascosa. That was one I got to watch a lot of as well. And what a heartbreaking finish for Tascosa.
It was. You can't ever tell a kid to knock the ball down. You know, you got the ball with I think Tascosa's up a point with like 4 minutes to go, and Odessa Permian's got a 4th and 15 and throw it up, and Brandon White catches it at his own 2. And, of course, he's going to make the interception.
Right.
And that's what you should do, catch the ball. And a lot of people are saying, knock it down, knock it down. No, you catch the ball, puts him at his own 2, and they couldn't get out of their own shadow, punt it back. He hits the big – Odessa Permian hits the big play, ends up pulling it off. Tascosa, though, they showed a lot of grit in that football.
And like you're talking about with that interception, it's easy to say that, but
it's
also like if you bat it down, you never know. It can bounce into someone's arms.
Yeah,
I mean, some weird things could happen.
It's stupid to not catch the football.
If they make a first down after that, then we're probably not talking about that play anyways. We're thinking about what an interception, what a first down they were able to do. That they were talking about afterwards. Either way,
it's a catch-22.
Yeah, they had a great showing against a great team at home. Now they're going to have a great showing on the road.
Yeah, and then you got to get the ball to King Doru. 9 touches against Odessa Permian. You got to get the football to King Doru. Coach Plonk, you got to give him 25 carries. This guy's amazing.
Yeah.
He took the lead, 25-24. He broke a 42-yarder. He's just a dynamic football player, man. Get the ball in the hands of him. I love to watch him play.
And Midland Lee, this is a team that's playing pretty well in a tough place to go pick up a win.
We all hear that Odessa Permian's good, and then we hear Midland Lee's that much better, and it's in Midland. So that's going to be a very tough game. Midland Lee might be a team that you can see in the quarterfinal, semifinal, maybe best in the region. We don't know because they got to go through those big schools. But Lee's the real deal, man. This is going to be a scary game for Tascosa. They're going to come out fast and furious and not turn the ball over.
And then we go into 5A, and you look at a matchup between Caprock and Emerald High, and it might be too early to say this, but I would think the winner of this game almost guarantees themselves a playoff spot.
Oh, for sure. I think we're both 2-1 in the district.
Yeah, when we take a look at the standings, Lubbock Coronado at the top 4-0, Abilene Cooper 3-1, Caprock and Emerald High 2-1. Then you have PD at 1-3, Monterey and Lubbock High both 0-3 on the season.
This is a huge game for both teams, and right now it's pretty dead even. It's hard to pick this game for me. I don't know about you.
No, I think it is as well. I mean, we saw Emerald High come out and play very well last week against Paladuro and Caprock. They've had their successes this year. I really don't. I mean, you're right. I don't know how to pick this one either.
It's two defensively minded teams with 2 defensively minded coaches but their offenses have been able to click at times. Not their inconsistencies on offense. It'll be whose offense shows up on Thursday.
And saw, Inyos article, 5 things we learned from this weekend. A lot of fun at Thursday nights at Bivens, and this could be another Thursday night fun night at Bivens as you get Caprock and Emerald High. I think both people are going to show up excited for this game.
Exactly.
All right, let's move into 4A then as we take a look at a district that's just now beginning. It's their first game. It's only a 4-team district. They're all in. So, I mean, they're all in on a district championship as you get Dumas, Hereford, Pampa, and Canyon.
We always make the running joke they could get the booster club has playoff shirts ready. They hate that. But just kidding, guys. Just kidding. This is the funnest district out there, Clint. And I think it went top to bottom the best district out there. You have to say Canyon 7-0. I think Dumas 5-2, Hereford 5-2, and Hereford is without Dodge DeLozier, but still with Seth Dixon, one of the best teams out there. And we're going to see a great game right off the bat. Canyon at Dumas.
And I think you could ask 10 different people and probably get 7 or 8 different answers on who you think is going to win this district, because any one of you could make a case for any one of these teams.
Tampa too.
For me, I think right now even Canyon would probably be my favorite because of the way they're playing going into it, and obviously their overall record, and they're healthy.
Right.
You know, that helps as well, being healthy going into it. But like you said, they got a tough test on the road to start.
Yeah, it's Halloween-ish weekend, you know, and it's in Dumas where the pitchforks are lit. Physical defense, and that's what they're going to see against Dumas. They haven't seen that. And then Pampa travels to Hereford. That's going to be a great game. So we got 2 big 4A games.
Another game that I'm excited about, and I know you are as well, Bushland taking on Shallow Water. We've mentioned it a couple of times on here that we're both friends and fans of Brian Wood at Shallow Water, and he's going to be going to Bushland, taking on the Falcons in a big matchup in that district.
I talked to Coach Wood earlier this week, and you know, he's always excited when he gets to come back to the Panhandle. As you guys know, he's at Sunray, and he's at Randall. Great job at Randall all those years. This is the game, you know, it's a caliber game of Canadian Childress last week. Small school game of the week. This is pretty much a de facto district title game. Wood still is yet to be challenged. He said this is probably the most athletic team he's going to be faced with Bushland Falcons. He's played in Idalou. He's played a Levelland. Kind of like Bushland's played a Levelland on the head-to-heads. Bushland lost. They did beat Levelland. This undefeated Shallow Water team. Cutter Sparks, one of the best quarterbacks out there. This guy's as good as it gets. He's at that level of a Luke Latimer, of a Casey Cavalier, you know, or a Creek Williams.
Looking at stats in this district, they've outscored their opponents 245 points. I mean, this is a team that's playing really well.
Average 49 points a game, and of course, if you ask Brian Wood, he plays it down as much as he can. But hey, don't count out the Flying Falcons, man. They can score some points. They're a physical football team that's going to get right in your face and dare you to beat them with their DBs. That's how much confidence they have them, and they have playmakers themselves. Ryan Frederickson on the field. Ren Watson's really coming to his own at quarterback.
And then dropping down into 1A as we get the #1 team in the state, #4 team in the state, and you think this one could be pretty good?
Yeah, we circled this one on our pigskin preview the first of the year. White Deer wanted that. They feel like they did not take care of business last year against McLean, got left out of the playoffs. This year, I think White Deer will still get in the playoffs even if they lose to McLean. I like White Deer. I love Coach Justin Rucker. He's going to hate me for saying this, but man, McLean is just on another plane, man. They are just so good. I hope White Deer can hang in 4 quarters.
Yeah, so it's one of those things. It may be even a win if they can get to the second half of the game. Right now, anybody that plays them, it's a win if you get to the second half.
I mean, you talk to some coaches around. I'm not going to name names, and they're picking it's pretty lopsided score. So that's going to motivate White Deer. I hope it does. If they get to the 4th quarter, hey, that's.
And this is a team we saw play very well defensively last year and this year. So you know they have a test ahead of them, but one that a team, if they're up to the test, White Deer would be that defensively.
Yeah, and they're probably going to be the toughest road for McLean going to the playoffs. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. Excited for all those games, Kale. Thank you as always.
You too, buddy.
Cool.
Yeah.